And good day, everybody. It's our shit with let's be reasonable, folks. It's Kamala Harris watch, right? We are looking at Kamala Harris. Look, let me tell you right off the top, all right? I'm gonna get this lady's name wrong more times out of not. So I'm gonna ask everybody to forgive me up front. It's not intentional. I kind of make it akin to people uh, looking at my last name and saying something different. So no, it's no bad blood. It's just you know I say what I see, and sometimes what I see isn't necessarily what I say. Anyway, look, here's my point. My point is it's Kamala Harris watch. We are still watching the Veep stakes, right? We're still trying to see who is going to be the vice presidential candidate running with Kamala Harris, who will show up in Pennsylvania with her on Tuesday. Is it Pennsylvania where they're going to be, or is it Arizona? I can't remember. One of those two they're going to be in. But anyway, they're going to be stomping in the battleground states. I do believe it starts in Pennsylvania. And a lot of people are saying it's going to be Shapiro since they're starting. If it starts in Pennsylvania, that would obviously logically make sense, right? But I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to say this with, as my mother would do it. You got to say it with your teeth grit like this. That's what my mother would do. I'm going to say it right now. Gretchen, pick up the phone. So, look, because I'm here to tell you, at the end of the day, I've seen enough of these things happen to where I can tell you without a doubt the campaign is courting Gretchen Whitmer. And why do I know that? It's because the Gary Peters thing, the senator from Michigan, that was a Gretchen Whitmer and her group, an olive branch. Okay, so trust me, Gretchen, they are burning up the phone lines, trying to get you on the phone, trying to get you to coalesce around the idea behind running two women for the highest office in the land, president and vice president. So, Gretchen, I'm here to tell you once again, pick up the phone. So, hey, look, you have to. And the reason is, look, this is your strength politically. When you look at this politically, this is a strength. When you're running campaigns, you want to run to your strength. And behind your strength comes the momentum. All right. So when you look at two women at the top of the ticket, it's full of strength and it's momentum. It's supercharged. So what Kamala Harris brings to the table by herself, gravitas, right? Couple that with what Gretchen Whitmer brings to the table, again, more gravitas. Hands down. Trust me, folks. It's a winning ticket. And for everybody who sits here and when I say sit here, sit in the United States and they say, oh, well, two women can't win. They just can't win. No way in the world you can run two women and win in America. I'm here to tell you. I just saw, and you did too, last week. Let's see, it was black women that raised 2 million or 4 million. It was 4 million, I believe. And then you had white women come behind them and raise 8 million, right? So obviously the women vote supercharged, right? When you look at black men, they raise like 1,500,000. They need to step up and do better. We got to do better. If I need to donate more, let me know. I'll donate more. Right. And you have white guys that raise 4 million. Hey, dudes, right? I'm here to tell you, America is not going to make the same mistake they made in 2016. They're just not. So that to me means that she ends up winning this election. This is made stronger if you're running from the standpoint of your strength. Your strength leads to your momentum. So, Gretchen, again, pick up the phone. Just saying. So, look, Veep Stakes will probably know by Friday. I'm going to say it's going to be a drip campaign, drip, drip. You're going to see some things. And look, if I will know, I'm going to know if it's Gretchen Whitmer. All right. I'm going to know. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to know. I'm going to know when I see those two ladies walking outside together in the garden, talking as if they're having some real deep discussion. I'm here to tell you, just put the Hammond B3 organ on right now. Because it's going to be Whitmer, right? So when I see that, I can sit back, smoke a cigar, and say, see, I told you so. Look, folks, I'm here to tell you, look, from the time that I started this channel back in like October of last year, I told you that this race was going to be topsy-turvy, was going to be one that it was going to be crazy. You had Biden and Trump, two old guys, right? Both of them. I'm gonna hit. Look, I don't know if if Biden has dementia, but you can tell he is slowing down. You can tell that. So I'm not tripping on my uncle. That's my guy. I voted for him. That's my guy. Look, and you look at Trump, another old guy. In my, you look, there are people who like Trump. And I'm not disparaging people who like Trump, but he just seems like the old crazy uncle that you try to keep people away from. That's my opinion. Okay. You may have the same opinion about Biden. I'm okay with that. That's what makes all of this unique in the American experience. And look, and don't forget about JFK. I'm sorry, JFK. I'm wrong. RFK. Don't forget about RFK. Look, this guy's old too. You look, he's 70 years old, and I don't look, and I'm not talking bad about him, but what's wrong with his throat? You know, this guy's like a cancer diagnosis away from something major happening to him. So I mean, and I look, I'm just saying what it sounds like. So you got three old guys, really, trying to make their way back into the White House or to the White House, depending on the who you're talking to, right? So, and look, and the race has been crazy. The Biden debate. I mean, he wanted that debate with Trump. He gets out there and just fumbles all over himself. I'm not tripping on him again. I'm just telling you what happened. You saw it. I saw it. Everybody saw it. People were saying, I can't believe they let him go out there like that. Well, he's the president. Unless somebody's willing to invoke the 25th, he's the guy. And I got to tell you, I am so glad that he was there in Europe during the Normandy and D-Day celebration. I'm so glad it was Biden as opposed to Trump. Trump would have done nothing but embarrass the American people because it would have been all about him. He would have said a couple things about, the ramparts and some other stuff that didn't make any damn sense, right? That's my opinion. Why do I say that? Because I got 4 years of watching him as president. That guy was insane. So anyway, I'm not going to trip on that too much, but you got to admit that it was definitely insane. So when you see these things happening, look, and on the Republican side, think about Donald Trump and Nikki Haley, Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, all of that. Crazy. I mean, Ron DeSantis really was the heir apparent. He had to run with Trump in his wake because Trump is trying to escape going to jail. Okay, so as long as it's happening, you understand there was going to be some tension, right? And at the end of it, you see, folks, you haven't seen Ron DeSantis out there stumping for Donald Trump. Not going to. Not sure if that's Ron DeSantis doing or if it's Trump holding a grudge. I'm not sure which it is. But the same is true about Nikki Haley. So again, folks, it's all been crazy. And the fact that you got now Kamala Harris, the race is just, I mean, you got Republicans upset. These guys are talking about trying to sue, trying to sue the Democrats for changing their candidate. Well, who's to say you can't change your candidate? You can. You can change your candidate if you want to, and you try to say that it's not. It's not. You had 14 million people who cast a ballot for Joe Biden. He needs to be on. No, I don't have to do anything you tell me to do. So look, if they want to change, and I say we because obviously I'm not a Democrat, but I am an independent. I voted for him. But if they want to change their party nominee, they can. It's nothing in the bylaws. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you can't. Right? So they did, and now it's Kamala Harris, and she's got. I told you, escape velocity momentum right now. And I'm here to tell you again, I'll say it, Gretchen, pick up the phone. If you pick up the phone, this thing gets into overdrive, and there's no way you could lose. It's a watershed election. It turns into a watershed election. And everybody has seen the Trump derangement campaign. They've already seen that. We've seen that 4 years of that. So I'm telling you, it's the easiest way into office. Pick another woman. But if you go ahead and pick Shapiro, I'm okay with that. And let me tell you, I am here to also revise and extend my remarks. I saw this morning that Battleground, Michigan, Kamala Harris is up like 11 points. So does she need the Dearborn Arabs? Of course she does. But is it vital? No. So Shapiro has a running mate. Would that be a factor? Sure. Is it consequential? No, it's not. So that being said, look, if it turns out to be Shapiro, it's still a good team. It's still a good team, but I would rather you run with your strength because behind the strength comes the momentum. And look, with the momentum, there will be energy as far as volunteers, as far as donations, as far as packing out crowds and all the rest of it that you would, well, what Republicans see with Donald Trump, right? They're going to see that on the Democrat side. And I'm telling you, they're going to shrivel. It's that simple. So, look, it'll be Friday. I think it'll be Friday afternoon when the pick is announced. I think that will obviously carry you over into the weekend, and of course, puts them on the campaign trail on Tuesday together. Look, and again, I'm just looking. I'm just looking. I am looking at the news, and I'm looking for scenes where Kamala Harris is in Michigan. I'm looking to see her go to Michigan one more time. And if she does, I'm here to tell you, it's Whitmer. So, all that being said, folks, look, like and subscribe. Tell me who you think it will be. Who's going to be the vice president? Who is going to be campaigning with her in Pennsylvania next week? Who's going to be the one going through the battleground states with her starting next week? You know, we're under 100 days at this point, right? So it's starting to get serious. I saw a poll the other day that said like 67% of the electorate is now engaged. That number was like 38-40% in like May, right? And I think I told you back in May, don't worry about that. Come actually after Labor Day, everybody will be all in and engaged in this election process. So when you think of it, 67% engaged now, yeah, it's a lot. By Labor Day, folks, with roughly less than 2 months or 2 months to go, it's like Katie bar the door. I believe that Harris's campaign has escaped velocity. Now, when I say that, I still back up and say you're still looking at a margin of victory that's 150,000 votes. Okay, but I think you were going to lose the Biden election by really probably about 200,000 votes, because the activity from the base just wasn't there. Okay, so this sets up well for her and for the party. Now, all that being said, folks, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Give me your thoughts on the other side. Tell me what your thoughts are. Again, I think it's going to be Whitmer, but we shall see. Folks, enjoy the balance of your day. We're getting close to the weekend, so make it a good one.